Hello and welcome to our video on the desktop version of MP3 TrueEdit. We're excited to tell you all about the latest features in this version and hope you'll benefit from them greatly. The key feature of MP3 TrueEdit is that it can edit MP3 and AAC files without losing any quality. This includes lossless cut/copy/paste operations on the audio frames anywhere in the project and also losslessly changing the volume of audio frames to allow normalizing, fading in and out, and other operations. Now, to start off, I'm going to show you how to open your MP3 or AAC audio files ready to edit in our app. That is, files with the MP3 file extension and also for AAC files, most commonly with the M4A file extension. You can simply use the File, Open, menu command to select and open an MP3 or AAC audio file or use the Open command on the toolbar. It's worth noting here that MP3 and AAC compressed audio files are made up of a series of individual frames a few milliseconds in length, and each frame has its own volume level. MP3 TrueEdit allows you to manipulate the order and volume levels for these frames and hence allows you to perform cut/copy/paste operations and volume change operations on the compressed audio file. This is done without decoding and re-encoding the audio, so when editing with MP3 TrueEdit, 100% of the MP3 or AAC audio quality is maintained. Once a compressed MP3 or AAC audio file is opened, you can then see the audio file's frame volume levels displayed over time in the app. This allows us to quickly view the entire file and immediately get started with the editing process. Even a 2-hour audio file can be loaded and ready to edit in a couple of seconds this way. Now opened, you can see there are two parts to the audio file's visualization. We have a zoomed-in section of the audio displayed in the top half of the app and a map view of the entire audio file displayed below that. You can jump to any part of the file by clicking anywhere on the bottom map view, which also shows a highlighted window area to match with the top zoomed-in view. You can also scroll the top zoomed-in view by dragging with the mouse on the timeline above the audio volume display bars. So, I'm now going to start off by playing some audio. There you go. I can now rewind to the beginning again using the rewind toolbar button, or even just drag the audio timeline to the right again. So I've played the start of the audio, but maybe you want to make some edits. Maybe you want to remove the sound of the sea at the start of the audio. This can be done easily by selecting the audio you want to edit. First, scroll to the beginning of the section you want to edit and press the Selection Start button. Then scroll to the end of the audio you want to select and press the Selection End button. And that is how you select audio in MP3 TrueEdit. Now I'm going to select the Delete command from the toolbar to delete the audio I have just selected, and have another listen. So you can hear the C sound has been removed. But maybe we now want to fade in the new start of the audio. So we can select some audio again by setting the start of the selection, scrolling, and setting the end of the selection again. Alternatively, you can simply use the mouse to drag across the audio volume display, selecting the audio you need as you go. The start and end points of any selection can also be adjusted by selecting and dragging the start and end points to their new positions. Now we can fade in using the Fade in toolbar command, repeating it so that it fades in a bit more each time until you have the desired effect. We can now go to the beginning and play again. So you can see we have successfully trimmed the start and faded it in again. Right, and that is our first edit done using the desktop audio editor, MP3 TrueEdit. I'm now going to show you how to join audio. This is done by simply appending audio to an existing audio file or project. Here I can also keep the existing edits and just append a new file using the Append Files toolbar command. Also, to append audio you will need to select the same file type with the same recording settings. This appends the new file to the end of your current editing session. We can have a quick listen. You can see it has joined the two files together in the editor. So maybe you want to do some edits on this join as well. To help see more context, I can use the zoom out command a few times to see a bigger view. So now we can see, maybe you want to remove the silence in between the two joined files. To help with this, we can zoom back in for finer selecting control. While we are doing this, there is an interesting keyboard navigate command. This allows you to jump to the previous or next edit points in the project. So we can press the Home or End keyboard keys to move to the exact location of a join or edit. Now we have found the join between the two files, we can select the start of the audio to remove. Select the end. Now we can use the delete command to delete the selected silence. We may also want to fade in the start of the second joined file by doing the following. Scrolling forward a bit, now we can select the end, and do the fade in command, which we are going to repeat a few times for greater effect. So now we have faded in the start of the appended audio, and we can listen again. So that is how you seamlessly join two audio files. The audio can then be exported to generate the joined audio file. This can be done using the export all as command and selecting a new file name for the joined audio. Now, I'm going to show you how to trim some audio. I will reopen the first audio file for this demonstration and will show you how you can trim the start and end of an audio file. First of all, you can select the audio we want to keep, so we can select something here. To here. And the simplest way to trim audio is to use the crop command, which is this one here. And we can listen again. Now we have cropped that audio, we may also want to normalize it. We can select all the audio, then use the normalize command. Accept the default, which will increase the volume to the maximum amount without distorting it. If we rewind, we can listen again. Now all we have to do is export all, and we will get this as a new audio file. Export all as, and we have our exported, trimmed, audio file. As an alternative, I can undo what I have just done and show you another way. Instead of cropping, we can use the other command, which is the export selection as command, to create a new file using the currently selected audio only. You can also normalize this selection before you export as well. You can just select the audio you want to use as a new file and use the export selection as toolbar command. And that's how you trim audio. We can now look into how we split audio. And you may have guessed how to do this already. To show you this, I'm going to close down this demo audio file and reopen a fresh unedited copy. So if we want to split this into two, for example, we can select the middle part as the end of our first selection. Go to the beginning, select the start, then we can use the file, export selection as menu command to create the first half of the split. And now we can select the second half of the split. First, we can use the keyboard down key to go to the end of the selection we just did. Then set the selection start. Then move forward to the end of the file. Set the selection end. Now we can export selection as, again. And now we have split the original audio file into two separate audio files. Also, when exporting from mp3TrueEdit, there is no recompressing or quality loss involved. So that is how you split audio. It is also possible to split audio in mp3TrueEdit by creating and exporting tracks as separate files, each with their own tagging metadata. We will look into how to create and save tracks later on in this video. If you want to know some more keyboard shortcut keys for mp3TrueEdit, then this can be found in the PDF manual under the Help menu command and also under the Help, Keyboard Shortcuts menu command. Another great thing with mp3TrueEdit is that it allows you to save your work at any time to a project file. This allows you to continue editing at a later date. These project files contain a list of all the changes made to the original source audio files, but in themselves don't contain any audio data. They simply reference the source audio files that you have added to the project, so you must remember to keep the original source audio files as well as the project file. Now that's some basic editing operations explained, so we can now move on to some more advanced commands available in mp3TrueEdit. As well as playing audio from the current play position, shown by the red vertical bar, you can also play the part of the audio that is currently selected using the play selection command. You also have the option to turn on the loop command if you need to repeat playing a section of audio until stopped. At the bottom of mp3TrueEdit you will see a volume slider but also a pitch and tempo slider. These allow you to change the playback volume independently to the system volume control. Also, the key that audio is played back in can be changed in 1 semitone intervals. Finally, the tempo that audio is played back can be changed to suit your needs. As alluded to earlier, Audio frames can be removed, moved or copied to any location within the project. This can be done using the cut/copy/paste/delete commands, which I am going to demonstrate here. To copy audio, first select some audio. Then press copy to copy the audio to the clipboard. Now paste the audio to a new location specified by some new selection start and endpoints. And have a listen to the edit just made. To cut and paste audio, similarly select some audio that you want to move and press cut. Then make a new audio selection or zero width selection and press paste. And listen again. Then to delete audio, just make a selection and press the delay command. And now listen once more. If you want to include pitch and tempo changes when creating target audio files, you will need to use the convert set of commands as opposed to the export commands to generate them. This is because converting audio involves decompressing and recompressing audio, which is necessary to add pitch and tempo changes but will incur some quality loss. However, because of its usefulness, the convert commands were added to mp3TrueEdit. Convert also allows you to change the encoding to and from MP3 and AAC, and also to change the encoding settings such as bitrate, sampling frequency, and if stereo or mono. Next, we would like to tell you about creating tracks. There are 4 commands available to create, move, and delete tracks. To define the starting point of a track, you should scroll to the start location and press the track start command. Then scroll to the end location for the track and press track end. And there you have your first track. To create another track, you can repeat the process, or if you're in the middle of an audio section that you want to split into tracks, you can use the track split command as shown here. If you need to remove a track at any point, then scroll to the start or middle of a track and press delete track. To complement the track creation process, you are also able to add tagging information or ID3 metadata. This is available under the Edit Track Information menu command and gives you the ability to add all the common track metadata such as title/artist/album, etc., and also the ability to add album artwork to each track. In addition, track information can be copied between different tracks using the copy all and paste all commands or the individual paste buttons associated with each tag item. Now when you export or convert tracks, this tagging information is saved with the created tracks. Interestingly, there is also an additional edit file information command that gives you the ability to edit tagging information used with the other, non-track, export and convert commands. This file tagging information can also be copied between tracks and the file or project as shown. When it comes to creating individual track files, the export tracks and convert tracks commands can be used to create those files in a selected folder. It is worth noting that the individual file names used for the tracks is based on the track title and the track number, but exactly how this is done can be configured in the Preferences Command Track section. Now I would like to tell you about some more volume effects you could apply to your audio. We have already seen the fade in command in action, and similarly the fade out command can also be used on selected audio. You can also increase or decrease the volume of the current selection or use the normalize command as previously shown. There is also the ability to completely silence, or redact, audio sections using the silence command. If necessary, this silencing effect can be removed as well using the remove silence command. You can also insert a new section of audio silence at any location using the insert silence command. It is worth noting that mp3TrueEdit has an unlimited undo and redo facility, so you never need to worry about doing the wrong thing. Finally, mp3TrueEdit allows you to record directly to MP3 or AAC audio using the record dialog, where you can select the input device, sampling frequency, and stereo or mono settings. So that is it for this video on how best to use our desktop mp3TrueEdit app. But please do check out our other videos on editing on other platforms. Be sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube and also click the notification icon to be told of all our new video releases. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.